Can we talk about something before we start today? And if my hair looks greasy, ignore it. It literally goes greasy if I don't wash it daily, and I'm not going to wash it daily because that's bad for it. And of course, like usually I put dry shampoo in it, but then I read somewhere that dry shampoo is a carcinogen, and it's probably not true. And yet, alas, now I'm just, worried about it. Why are those so big? Those are never that big. Hold on. Anyway, can we talk about something quickly? Of course we can, because it's my channel. Do you know what's funny to me? Like, there are going to be some people who subscribe to this channel. Oh, by the way, there's only, most people on this channel aren't subscribed, so you should subscribe. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. What's funny to me is some people are going to find this channel and they're going to have no idea that I am actually a much more successful YouTuber. Then, I don't know, that just tickles me, okay? There's something very funny. I have a stupid sense of humour. What do I want to just... Okay, right, so... I'm doing my philosophy, right? My A level, and you get TMAs, teacher marked assignments, and they don't count. They're not coursework. It doesn't count towards your final grade. Your final grade is what you do in the exam when you get to the exam, but you have to complete a certain amount by a certain time period to be able to do the exam in the first place, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a way of you seeing where you're at. Yeah. And I did a recent TMA and I was stressing over it. I kept emailing the tutor being like, have you seen my thing yet? And he was like, I can't open this thing, can you send it another way? And I was like, how about a PDF? And I sent a PDF and he was like, yeah, PDF is fine. And I was like, I attached it, did you see? And he was like, okay, you're meant to give me 10 days, chill the fuck out, hold your horses kind of thing. And I was stressing because I was, writing my answers, and I get to the third question and I was like, oh, what are the, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into it. That's literally how I wrote my essay, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into it. But I was feeling good about what I'd written. I felt like, no, this is strong. This is decent. This will show my tutor that I am actually the greatest philosopher of the 21st century. And then, I finish it off. And then I'm reading the question again. And it sounds different in my head. And I'm like, hang on, was I meant to be writing a debate, or was I meant to just be showcasing this theory and this ethical issue with and then I got so in my head about it, and I told the tutor, I was kind of like, hashtag YOLO, I'm sending it anyway, I don't care if I've got it wrong, because if I've got it wrong, then for me, it's just going to be, I'm not going to be a perfectionist about this. It'll be a learning experience and I'll learn how to read properly later on. So all of this to say, I've been very stressed out. And it's literally I'm back at school, and I just got my response with the feedback, and the feedback was very good and it's very helpful. But he says that I'm working at an A grade to B grade level anyway. And I'm sitting here just stressing at home. And I never gave this much of a shit when I went to actual secondary school and college. I never cared this much, but I have been stressing over this because in my head it's if I don't walk out of the exam with straight A's, if I don't get an A star in the exam, I'm resitting it. I need to get straight A's in this thing, otherwise what have I been fannying around with? And I've been given, I got given an extra year to get this stuff done because the close family member died last year, and I just couldn't face, doing philosophy and thinking about God and death and the meaning of life. Couldn't face doing it, So all of this to say, I'm back at school, and it's difficult for someone that is so ADHD that school was just kind of pointless in the first place. Shall we just get on with the brain rot slop? I've got a lot to get through, so shall we just do this? We've got to switch it up though. We've got to cover Lily Phillips as a Bonnie Blue. I think I'm killing it with the sloppy titles and the thumbnails though. What do you think? Is this valid? Is this a valid career? I tried so hard to pivot away from drama, and yet here I am dedicating an entire channel to it because it's funny, all right? It's interesting. Leave me alone. So this one is from the Metro today. What happens to your body if you do a Bonnie Blue and have sex for 12 hours straight? Today we're going to learn some things. And by the way, I have so much slop content. There's really not enough time in the day. I might do a moist critical and do double or triple uploads because I'm loving it. I'm editing them all myself. It's fun. It feels like I'm actually working properly instead of messing around like I normally do. So Shall we find out what actually happens if you have sex for 12 hours straight? In light of Bonnie Blue having sex with 157 men in 12 hours, the same question is asked again and again. What, as a woman, really happens to your body if you have sex for that many hours without a break? But surely it's not even like it's not like you're having a massive bonking session with one person though, is it? It's over 1,000 people, so a multitude of shapes and sizes going in there. One might have a normal human penis. Some it might be more like a duck's corkscrew. Horrible. No, stop. From the psychological impact to the effects on your pH balance. God, gonna really be wearing out that femme fresh later, body. And the risk of STIs. It's a lot to put yourself through. Metro enlisted the help of experts to what experts? I'm a bonking for 12 hours straight expert. The help of experts to understand the infections and ailments and such so-called challenge could cause, and perhaps unsurprisingly, the general consensus is it's not a good idea. Tearing, oh God. I don't need to be reading this on my period. I don't need to be reading about tearing and physical trauma to the vagina whilst I am in my own tearing and physical trauma. I'm joking. It's really not that dramatic. It's a bit annoying though. I've got a headache. Probably because I've not drunk any water today. Right. I swear me and the viewfinder just moved. Oh, a modern day horror. Like, what's that man? And it's not Kevin Bacon. Ethan Hawke, they look similar, don't they? And it's the thing in the computer, and he's looking at a picture, and then the face moves, and then I got that. Okay, anyway. If you're feeling a little sore at the thought of having for 12 hours straight, your concerns aren't misplaced. Dr. Danae, oh God, people are going to call me offensive, but I once mispronounced tortilla on my channel, all right? Marigothakis. From Sexual Health Clinic Yoxley tells Metro, prolonged, repetitive and overly vigorous sexual activity can irritate or abrade genital tissue or erode it over time, like the sea and the rocks. Did you know that at Loch Ness, the rock is all made of granite, so there's not underwater caverns that the Loch Ness Monster could hide in? I watched this, you'd need something like limestone. I watched this documentary about the Loch Ness Monster when I was 8. And they tried to look for Nessie, and it was a really annoying documentary because it was like, here's how Nessie might exist. Psych. No, not possible. So anyway, this will lead, not Nessie, but this will lead to swelling, bleeding, and discomfort. This means you could have cuts, micro tears, and you could be extremely tender both during and after the fact. Remember, sex is never meant to be painful. Wimps. I'm joking. STIs. You've heard this one time and time again. More sex with more people for a prolonged period of time leads to increased risk in STIs. And Lily Phillips didn't even know that HIV is passable via human fluids. So, furthermore, Dr. Marigothakis explains irritation and abrasions, not irritations and abrasions again, compromise the integrity of the skin, which increase your chance of picking up or passing on an STI. See, you are learning things on this channel. There's a wealth of infections that could be caught. Chlamydia, herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, Shigella. I've never heard of that one. What's that? Shigella, Nigella. 24% rise, little known. We've all heard. I bet you've never heard Shigella. Dysentery. Isn't that what people used to get when they didn't have toilets? It's not funny to most of human history. Who hasn't had a toilet? I'm just going to dab on everyone who hasn't had a toilet. Get a fucking good scrubs. Get a toilet, weirdos. I'm sorry. I'm just in a weird mood. Scabies? No. It's not what pirates get. That's the other thing, scurvy. Pubic lice, just to name a few. pH balance. The average woman's vaginal pH balance is 3.8 to 5 on a pH scale. Who's shoving a pH thing in there? This is moderately acidic and helps ward off infections. God, I bet mine's like a boiling vat of acid, just because I'm acidic as a person. Not because I've got any problems. But having so much sex could throw this off. Engaging in sex for a prolonged period of time, you keep saying this, and with multiple partners, raises the risk of disrupting the vaginal microbiome. Is there a yogurt for that? Oh, those little like gut health microbiome. Like I get the Belgian chocolate coconut milk ones. Like 40 billion good things for your gut microbiome. Actually, normal yogurt is good for, you don't have to put it on the vagina, you just eat it. What is this channel, man? This can alter the pH of the vagina, make you more susceptible to STI. And you just know I'm going to find a way to put Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips' name, maybe both, double whammy, in the title of this video for the clicks. But this is a good type of clickbait, because then I can't even speak, because then people will like learn about stuff. I'm an A-grade student in philosophy, apparently. We'll learn about stuff. UTIs, bacterial vaginosis. Bacterial vaginosis, BV, is the imbalance of natural bacteria found in the vagina. Dr. GP. What was the other one an expert in? Sexual health clinic. This bloke's just a GP. The privilege that Metro have, they got access to a GP to talk to them. For the rest of us paupers, have to wait about a year. Lawrence Cunningham says prolonged sex could increase your chance of developing BV. The introduction of sebum. Nope. Sebum is the stuff on your face. Semen. Lubricants, or even just the actions of having sex, can alter the vagina. We're not learning anything, are we? Just everything. Just maybe just shut that. What was that thing? Chastity belts. Maybe they had. I know it was archaic and designed to repress women's sexuality, but if even just like someone looking at your vagina funny can change the pH balance or whatever, maybe they were on something by locking them up. My new merchandise line is going to be Alizee chastity belts. Keep the horrible men away. Extended periods of intercourse can certainly make this challenging for some women. Oh, what a male GP. Oh, it would make it challenging for some. Way to talk down to us. This is my new bit, just dogging on GPs. That's going to be taken so wrong. You can't get in to see them. And then when you do try and ring them up, the receptionists act like they're the bouncers to the most exclusive club, I guess in a way they are, and bark at you. It reminds me of that thing of like, why are post offices like so chaotic and just like so hostile? Someone said that they went to their local post office and they were like, can I get a stab? And the person behind said, what you can get is a grip. It was me. I was the post office worker. Urinary tract infections. Women know that you should pee after sex, but the problem with doing it for 12 hours... Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Bonnie, I bet she had the mother of all UTIs the next day. Oh, diddums. It's a pretty common hazard of prolonged sex, explains Dr. Cunningham. With extended sessions, the constant friction and potential for bacteria entering the urethra increase, which it heightens the risk of developing UTI. Dehydration, migraines, and flu. If you're doing any form of rigorous exercise for a long time, you're going to start experiencing symptoms of dehydration. The physical exertion and perspiration involved can lead to fluid loss. I think Bonnie was getting plenty of fluids that day, much like any other forms of exercise. Additionally, if alcohol or certain medications are involved, they can further contribute to dehydration. Dehydration can trigger migraines. We're really not learning anything new with this, are we? This is a bit of a dud in your mind. Prolonged sex session could take its toll on the mind. Psychosexual therapist Natasha Silverman explains to Metro, the brain and body have limits. It is unusual for women to naturally remain in a state of pleasurable sexual arousal for a 12-hour period. Having sex when no longer turned on can be psychologically and physically painful and distressing and increase the chances of sexual interactions becoming traumatic. Disassociating. Lily Phillips confessed to dissociating in a clip of her crying after sleeping with 101 men in 14 hours. Dr. Silverman explains that this could happen to anyone who has sex for so long. Disassociation is a coping mechanism where the person might disconnect from their body or emotions as a way to protect themselves from discomfort, distress, anxiety, or emotional overload. Not to make it all about me, but actually I used to have like pretty severe depersonalization and derealization brought about by, stupid drug use, obviously, but it was like severe. Went to a doctor, male GP, told him I was having certain, shall we say, ideation, not because I wanted to not exist, but because I couldn't connect to reality. And this went on for months. I was having such an issue with connecting with reality that I just wanted something to almost shock my system and wake me up. I wanted to feel awake. I never felt awake or real. It was horrible. I was like panicking all of the time. So I told my doctor in more detail than that, because this video is going to get demonetized anyways. What do I give a fuck? But YouTube doesn't like you being really upfront about like certain things, right? So I went into more detail than that, and he went, "Poor you." Like, okay, guess I'll go fuck myself. It wasn't just like poor you. It was really condescending.
You know what I'm hearing, Mark? Poor me. Poor me. Pour me another drink.
Anyway, back to Lily. When sex lasts for an extended period or involves multiple partners, the sheer intensity of physical and emotional stimulation could lead to feelings of being out of control or detached from the experience. The psychosexual therapist also explains that this will be especially true if emotional distress is compounded by physical pain or if that person feels pressured to continue having sex, which she did, remember, because she said in the documentary that some of the blokes, she just wanted to give them a good time, and some of them were just being really quite nasty to her, or being like, I've come all this way and you've not even made me finish, is that it? And then she felt as though like they were entitled to it and that she had to do it and had to continue. No wonder she had like a breakdown afterwards. It's important to note that dissociation doesn't always equate to trauma. Some individuals might find certain levels of attachment or out-of-body experiences pleasurable or even transformative, while others might find them distressing. So, did you learn anything new? Someone said, funny how she has been promoted here several times, almost like it was a paid advertisement, and now there is an article on all the damage. Hard to believe. Everyone's conspiracy theorist now, but you're not even fun conspiracy theorists, not like I was back in the day. Fun conspiracy theories like, is the earth hollow? Because that's where all the lizard people live. And you can get there via tunnels or the North and South Pole, or all three. Tunnels only in America though. They go to the centre of, because there's not a core, there's a sun inside our earth. And you know was it the King Kong where they go to the centre of the earth and there's dinosaurs? Well, the theory came before that, so it must be true. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Let me know if you learned anything new. Let me know if you think maybe sleeping with 100 blokes in 12 hours isn't the best thing to do. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.